What's good? What's good? What's good, people? What's good? Let's get the likes up, y'all, as y'all walk in. Let's get the likes up. What up? What up? What up? Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up, man. We about to go in. Yo, where we starting at first? Dwight Howard and Shaq, man. I'm gonna give my spiel on that, how I feel about Dwight Howard and Shaq. I get what Howard is saying, but it seemed like Shaq kind of, no, not really. But a lot of people were saying Shaq tucked his tail because now Shaq talk about, yo, you can't take a joke, and he starts saying little things like that. You can't take a joke, and so people feel he tucked his tail when Dwight talk about, you know, we could fight and stuff like that and just get it over with. But yeah, it's crazy. I get Dwight Howard because it do seem personal, and I think the real, and Shaq saying, I think the thing that made it worse when they won a championship, he said, yo, you ain't do nothing, you ain't earn it. And Shaq had a serious face. He wasn't trying to clown him. So I think Shaq was really out of pocket by coming at Dwight Howard for no reason. You know what I mean? My boy Post Game, what up? Let's get the likes up. You know what I'm saying? So I think that part there was weak on Shaq to be doing that. You know, he ain't even had to go there with that. You know what I mean? You got 4 rings and he's saying he don't count. And it shows that clearly you don't like him. Like, you know, it's more than just a joke. So I get what Dwight Howard was saying. Like, yo, if you don't like me, if it's that much of a problem, I guess we need to settle it. So I understand him. And then I hate when sometimes people play victim and be like, oh, man, it's just a joke. Yo, you sensitive. Nah, it wasn't no joke. You've been going at him all the time. You never really give him no credit. And then I hate when people be like, oh, I'm trying to help you. They ain't trying to help him. You know what I'm saying? And I like Shaq way more than I like Dwight Howard. But I just got to call it how I see it. I hate when people, oh, I tried to help you. These guys don't know how to, they get mad when somebody try to tell them constructive. No, you ain't trying to help them. It's like you said something about Rudy Gobert. You said something about his contract. Instead of you being like, you know what, yo, Rudy, you hit him up. Yo, you want me to work with you in the summer? You know what I mean? You get 1 or 2 workouts. You know what I'm saying? You want me to work with you in the summer? You know what I'm saying? And that would have been solved right there. You know what I'm saying? But you constantly always, like, and the way you comes off bitter because you keep saying something. Like, you know, yeah, he ain't worth the money and stuff. Like, I think it's cool when fans say it, or even the way you say it. I just think that it's like he always, but then he say, my thing, I don't have a problem with somebody saying anything, as long as you standing on it. Don't say it and be like, yo, when somebody say something back, oh, people are sensitive. When you say stuff like that, that's kind of anybody gonna say something back on that. Yo, we got 4 likes, man. Get the likes up, man. You did the 2 bigs. Yes, that's gonna. That's why I said Jared Allen was missed in the playoffs last year. People say, oh, Boston would have beat them anyway. You don't know that. When Donovan Mitchell went down, it was 1-1, and they didn't have Jared Allen. Jared Allen stopping all that at the rim. What I like about him, Jared Allen and Alonzo Mourning remind me of each other. They pretty strong. Like, what I mean strong, like, far as when they go for blocks, like, they really jumping. And they got, like, a strong base, like, what they shoulders and arms, and they got, like, a strong base. And they going for it. You know what I mean? They getting after it and going for the block every time. Every time they're trying to block it. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. That's a big difference right there. When the team knows this person is going to jump, you're going to have to dunk on them. They jumping. And I'll be like that too. Because a lot of players be prideful, and when a player get a step, don't jump. If you know to jump every time, people are going to be a little shook. When you keep getting out the way, I didn't see the game last night. My sons watched it. I ain't see the game because I was on the Beat 139. Oh man, it was a phenomenal interview. We had New York Chuck. He talked about knocking out Jay-Z. So if y'all want to see that, go to the Beat 139. He breaks down the story when he knocked out Jay-Z. New York Chuck. He tells the story how he knocked out Jay-Z. So you guys need to go over there, and if y'all to the Beat 139. Somebody put it up there for the people. Go over there to the Beat 139 and go check out that interview. It was a powerful interview. But I knew it was going to be a problem. See, because the NBA, like I said, basketball is basketball. And when the thing about basketball, size matters. When you get somebody that's why I still, for the life of me, don't understand how Kenneth Lofton, if I'm an NBA team, I'm putting Kenneth Lofton on my roster. Yo, the guy's a beast down low. You're not stopping him. One, he's left-handed. You're not stopping him. I will sacrifice a little bit of his defense. I will sacrifice a little of his defense for what he brings for your offense, especially in the playoff set. That's why I said these coaches are stupid. You get a guy like that, right? Let's say you playing against Boston. Let's say he on the Cavs. Let's say he on the Cavs, right? He playing against Boston. You tell him, and you have to run offense. He's going to score. He's a professional scorer. He's going to score. You're going to have to. He's a problem down there. Now you got a guy like Jason Tatum, who's a wing, who's not no. I hate when these guys be. They listed as power forwards, but they never. A power forward back in the days, guys who banging and who could defend on the paint. Jason Tatum still defend on the perimeter because everybody's on the perimeter. All five guys is on the perimeter. All five guys is on the perimeter. So he don't know how to play post defense. You get a guy like Lofton, you just have him in the G League, and you know you playing a few games here and there, blowout time. You don't have to have him in your rotation. But you tell like playoffs, everything matchups. You see a person like Tatum down there, and you put him in the game. No, he can't guard Tatum, but he could get him in foul trouble. Tatum will have hell. Like, all you have to tell him, do your best on the perimeter. See, the Cavs is kind of tailor-made, because what you can do is you got them shot blockers back there. If he beat him, you're going to live and die with him shooting a jumper. He's going to get his jumper off. You know what I'm saying? You live and die with him shooting a jump shot, right? The key is you just don't want a guy like Lofton to be too slow for him, where he keep breaking him down and go all the way to the basket, has an easy layup. That's what you don't want. You don't want him having an easy layup. You know what I mean? At will, just going, attacking the rim at will. You want him, okay, if you got Jared Allen back there, and let's say you have a guy like Lofton. Lofton guarding him on the perimeter. What you want from Lofton, Just don't let him beat you. Keep him shooting jump shots. You gonna live for the die because the jump shot is not an automatic shot. He gonna make something. He gonna get this. Keep a hand and defend him the best you can. But on offense, we gonna run the play to you every time. Every time you get in that post and you punch him down there, and you back him down. He's strong. He's shifty. Nobody don't know how to play. Nobody in the NBA know how to play post defense because nobody post up. So that would be something new. I'll wait till the playoffs. I'll let him play like blowout time now. He wouldn't be in my rotation with nobody paying him no attention. Blowout time and things like that. Back and forth in the G League so he can stay sharp. Postseason against a team like Boston. See, I don't think it's going to work with Giannis. Giannis pretty strong and he's much taller. But Tatum, because Giannis played like, you know what I mean? But Tatum, you playing Boston, that'd be the game plan. I tell this is how you get in your roster spot right here, Lofton. I need you to punch. I would tell him you watch nothing but Jason Tatum and them guys, because what they do, they try. I know what they do. Then they have to take Tatum off him and put Al Horford in. Now Al Horford in, what that means? That means Porzingis out the game. You see what I'm saying? And now you got Porzingis out the game. Now you dealing with an old Al Horford. Because that's all they're going to do. They'll probably try to put Al Horford on him. And then they put Al Horford on him, you got to have your big guys post up. Just back him in. Now, if Tatum had to guard Jarrett Allen or Mobley, you tell him to back him in and shoot over him. Back him in, use your strength, and shoot over him. That's all you got to do. Hit the like button. That's all you got to do. These guys today's NBA is a copycat league. You got everybody doing the same thing. That's why that too big work. This is showing. One thing you must know, that too big lineup is not. One thing you could say is not a bad thing. Look last year with Cat and Gobert. Look at Cat and Gobert. That's why I think the Lakers are stupid. The Lakers stupid. You get a big man next to AD, they can cause problems. It might not happen. See, the Lakers fall into, the three-point shooting, the spacing. Like, if you think about it, so what? That's why you need guys who could dribble and get their own shot at will. They worry about the spacing too much in the NBA. That's the problem, I think. Because you think about it like this. The NBA always had a center and a power forward. Always. Always had a center, a real center and a real power forward. Big guys, and the guys still was able to shoot jump shots. Guys still was able to do whatever they need to do. You put them bigs, it caused problems. Defense, Cavs look good this year, and what's his name look good. And I ain't gonna lie, every time with Boston, when they go to their big lineup, when they have Porzingis, Al Horford, Tatum, Brown, and Holiday, they good with that lineup. Boston is good with that lineup. So I don't understand why these guys. I don't understand the life in me why teams runs away from that. And the first post guy that's a star player, a big man that post up, watch it gonna go right back to the post game. Watch if a big man post up, Jokic do it, but Jokic do it differently. Jokic he passes, he kick out on the double team, he shoot the jump shot. Like he post up, but his post up is different. His post up, you watch him because he may hit you with a pass or something. You know what I'm saying? But he's not that grueling type that's just gonna bang the heck out of you and then it's gonna go up for a layup. He's not doing that. Jokic not doing that. You get somebody with a real official post game that's 6'10", they're gonna be a problem. They're gonna be a problem. If every time somebody's 6'10", the first thing they have them working on 3-point shots. first day they got them working on 3-point shots. Yo, I agree. God's favorite. Shout out to my boy God's favorite. He said, "How we got 12 likes with 33 people? People are sad, bro, and not just people are sad. Like either you like it, you don't like it. Like you know what I'm saying? If you want to spend enough time to listen to something, even if you don't agree with somebody, still like the video. You know, if you don't like it and you just skimming by, like, here, what you think? I ain't fucking with it and leave. Okay, cool. But if you like it to the point you listen to something and there's any type of engagement, hit that like button. Yeah, AD definitely been asking for it. And I heard something on that. They said LeBron don't want to guard no wings. See, it's like I blame myself sometimes because I have to start going all in. I be getting information, some stuff I be like, nah, I stay away. I think I'm doing myself a disservice. Because I heard that, yeah, the Lakers wanted AD to get a center, but they said LeBron do not want to guard the small forward, the wings, the hop on wings on the thing. He don't chase around certain guys. They said that's why even if they do get a center will come off the bench. A center will come off the bench because he like the less of a guy where he could roam. They do not want him guarding like wings, like certain wings, like because what's he said he's 40. I don't blame him. I agree with Greg Brown. I agree with him. And it's not a LeBron bashing, but I do agree with him. He is holding them back. And reason why I say holding them back because he put them in a tough spot because he's still good enough. He producing enough where you could say and he can justify by numbers. You may play the political game and be like, oh, the impact we're still losing, but number-wise and the way he go up and down the court will tell you, okay, we got this, go all in. But they'll go all in for certain players, but then it's like, okay, we going in these players, like, it's not going to be worth it. So then you got the fan base, like, nah, we got to do what we got to do. And it, of course, force you to do a trade you don't want to do. You may have to give up picks you don't want to do. But then the style of play, you may be like, all right, I can bring this player in, but, you know, I only want to bring in a young. Right now, you may want to just a guy that's young. But now, when you got a guy like Bron, you may be like, nah, I could bring in a guy that's 32 years old. Hope this fool ain't going in the car. He said, I guess he had no goal for ring. No, I'm just saying, like, to me, I'm really off the Lakers, so I'm not, I don't get as mad like I used to. I don't really care, to be honest. I really don't care, but I'm just going by, like, stuff I'm hearing, and that's just the truth. It's not just LeBron, it's anybody that's 40 that makes in that much money. It's tough, because it's like, you know you're dealing with a year-by-year basis with this player. So now it's like, basketball, everything's like pieces. And then when you have a little bit assets, it changed things. Because now it's like, you got to get it right. Like a team like OKC got room for mistakes. Lakers don't. You know what I'm saying? Lakers don't have no room for mistakes. OKC, certain teams with a lot of assets and things, like the Knicks, was in position to take the chance they took. The Knicks went all in. They gave away a lot of picks. And, you know what I mean? They can do that. They got younger players across the board. Everybody like I don't think nobody 30. I think OG not 30. Josh Hart not 30. Cat not 30. Yeah, I don't think nobody in their starting five is 30. He said AR's weak link on defense. Plus Rui. He said we don't have talent around our stars. We overvalue these role players. He said Braun or AD have off night, we lose. But you see LeBron have good nights and we still lose because LeBron impact. That's what I'm saying. He put good numbers up, but he don't have strong impact. You could tell a guy who got strong impact when a guy could play like this and they still highly effective in the game. And they still can win. Where a guy having a subpar game, and LeBron can have that. LeBron can have 18 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds, and still win. He's still dominant in the right time of the games and things like that. Yeah, if y'all want to go see the interview with Hollywood Chuck talking about knocking out Jay-Z, go to the Beat 139. He talked about how he knocked out Jay-Z in the club. He said he heard Rui Reeves and Connect untouchable. Yeah, I heard that too. I heard that too. I definitely heard that. Lakers definitely ain't trying to move them. We all know they just talking when it comes to Rui. I believe they would fight their damnness to keep Reeves and Connect out of deal. But Rui, they fronting. They fronting. They would move Rui. They would move Rui real quick. That's just a smoke screen of Rui. But I really do think that that they trade Rui. He said how I feel about Jim Jones dissing Cam and Mace. That's how he feel. I feel like this. That's how he feel. And I think that a lot of people is objective. That's one thing I noticed with a lot of people. Jim Jones, it seems to me online. Online, it seems a lot of people don't like Jim Jones online. And it seems like more people like Cam more so than Jim Jones. So when you like somebody, you always going to be a little objective. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to speak on myself. Now, I grew up with Cameron. I'm older than him, but we from the same block, grew up with him, right? I know Cameron. Jim, I met Jim when he come around the block, when he's come with Cameron, brought him around there. You know what I mean? I got to meet him. But I'm just call it how I see it. They both might have a point, but I think you don't know. Like, I think that situation, you really don't know who, you know what I mean? Jim, he comes off that he hold things to his chest and he seemed like whatever went through, it hurt him. He seemed like he don't seem like he's lying. Now, he say stuff like, that's what a lot of people, he say, you know, he was considered a CEO, but he never was a CEO. I think he could blame himself on that. but he said he didn't know his name. He said his name was never on no paperwork. But I think he could have blamed himself for that. But then when he said about balling when the song came out, and I didn't really see Cam around him when that song came out. So he basically saying like Cam was jealous of him now that he popping. You know, he got the biggest song. Cameron never had a song as big as his. So he basically saying like, yo, he feel away. Now, I'm not around him to know if he really feeling away, but outside looking in, you don't see him around. So then he said, but the Koch situation, I always said I definitely think Cameron jumped out there. I always said that when the 50 Cent shit, he shouldn't even that he jumped out there, and I don't know if he was understanding what 50 Cent was saying, and he definitely jumped out there. He jumped out there by getting it. It had really nothing to do with him. He was down in Koch, and he just came left field to start talking. It's like he wanted to start a problem with 50 Cent. So Jim Jones is basically saying is, I got the hottest song. This the last thing I need is my song is moving. I want to be with or do business with somebody else that's moving. So he didn't say the exact words, but it seemed like he was basically trying to say like Cam was sabotaging that. Like it was no need. He's like, yo, why would he do that? Like it was no need for him to do it because his song was huge, and he said he was agreeing with 50 Cent when he's saying about Koch record. He's like, I'm agreeing with him. Why go up there and try to start a problem with him? And that's something you don't need, because when you have a problem and your song is rocking, it takes all attention off the song. And now you see how it can easily take the attention off the song. One thing about people's attention span, it goes. That ball in every football stadium, that thing was rocking. That's like a classic song. When it comes on, that drop is crazy. So he took it at like, yo, you ain't been supporting me and rock with me, but now you trying to get into a issue with this dude. You see what I'm saying? Because his name got brought up in it. Because 50 Cent said Lloyd Banks got more money than Jim Jones. And so he feel that it got dragged in, which it shouldn't have. So that's what I'm saying. It's like a slippery slope. And so this is what he's saying. So he know how things feel. Then he's saying, like, you know, people see things. That's why I said that type of situation is a situation is you could just feel how you feel on either side. Like, oh, okay, I understand it. But you have to be like open-minded to understand it. Because you have to understand it. And then I can see how it looks on camera, and then we beefing, and then y'all get on stage with him. Like, that part there, I kind of agree with him on that. I kind of agree with Cameron on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it is the timing of it. Like Jim, like, man, I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to do this and that. That was a bad move on Jim. I think it was a bad move. Because even though y'all not seeing eye to eye, and it's something like, you know how 50 Cent is, you could fuck with him more behind the scenes. I'm not saying, even doing business, like, you know, behind the scenes, and you just having I think that stage, I think him pulling you out like that, I think that was bad. I think that was bad. Yeah, I wear mean pair dark shades. Yeah, that intro is crazy. And so I get what Cameron's saying. So it's like, that's just why I said, when they talking about getting together, when everybody's like, yo, I said it back then. I said it's over with. Everybody was begging them every time one of them together, y'all need to get back together. See, people don't understand when lines is crossed. and that trust is gone, and you feel a certain way, sometimes it's cool just to be, yo, what up? You can't fake the funk, be like, oh, we're gonna get together just for the money, especially when it's out in the public like that. Like certain things, it's hard to come back from. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's real hard to come back from. And and then Jim feel he had real street beef, going back and forth beef with Man DC, and Cameron take his side. So I understand now what Jim's saying, because now it's beyond money and shit. Because 50 Cent and Cameron beef wasn't no beef where they see each other as a problem. It was just a more friendly competition. So now it's like it just got ugly and ugly. So it's like if I'm Cam, I think it is easier. It was more of an embarrassment thing and more of a thing that you would cross me for some money on Cameron, and so I get how Cameron feel. Then it's more okay. That's some rap beef. Y'all niggas ain't hurting each other. Y'all ain't doing nothing. Man, this dude got street beef. We don't like each other. It's really real problems. And you hanging with him. So I could get why Jim be like, I wouldn't rock with him no more. That's just why I said that versus, I knew it wasn't going to work. I knew it. And when I don't like what people do, when you speak your mind or speak your opinion on something, first thing people, oh, you hating and stuff like that. See, I'm an almanac, and I know how shit goes for real. And I know how you just can't just put Band-Aid on certain shit. When I remember every time they do, if Jim doing an interview or Cameron doing an interview, everybody like, yo, y'all need to get back together. Y'all need to stop it. There's like some people being interviewed. Yo, y'all need to stop it, man. It's over with. They had their time. It's over with. You can't do that and think when you people like, yo, well, you could get past it, just get to the business. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. I tell people that all the time. Everything, you can't just get past. People like, oh, well, you know, y'all don't have to fuck with each other, just do business together. That don't work. Business, you got to have some type of understanding. Y'all got to have be in some type of in accordance with. You got to be in accordance with somebody business-wise. It's not all right, get over it. Now, you can do it with certain people. You see what I'm saying? You could do it with certain people. Now, let's say, for instance, right? Let's say Jim Jones and Steve Stout get into it. They get into a big thing back and forth, right? And they just like, you know what? Let's just get money together. I'll put your album out. We could just do this. Now, Jim Jones and Steve Stout can probably move past it. You know the difference between Jim Jones and Steve Stout doing business, and they had back and forth. Let's say Jim Jones and Steve Stout going back and forth, but now they're doing business together, and now it's possible that a possibility can work. Reason why that possibility can work, they never was friends. When you friends and there's real feelings involved, it's hard. It's hard. Cameron and Jim came in the game together, and they was real friends. So it's hard for them. It's not, you can't just, this sweep it under the rug. Oh, nah, we can sweep, yeah, we ain't feeling each other, but we're gonna get money together. It don't work like that. But you could do it with a stranger. Like let's say if like I said, Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine, they could have a big fallout and not speak for years and come back together. You can do that. Like when you see some of these guys and they beef and then they get back together, especially if it's not that serious. But that thing there, those is real scars. Those real scars with Cameron and Jim. That really, Cameron felt embarrassed. Jim was popping. Everybody was clowning Cameron. Your hype man, they were saying his hype man is more lit than him and saying this stuff. He's not pulling out no music. Everywhere you turn around, you hear that song. He's popping. He moving around with people you don't rock with. You don't have no song that's bigger than his. Like to this day, he got a more, I can't even say that. Because Jim came out with a lot of songs. Jim's still working. But Cameron definitely a better rapper than Jim Jones. You know what I'm saying? Cameron definitely a better rapper than Jim Jones. So but he don't have a if they do a one song, he don't have no song bigger than Ballin'. He don't have no song bigger than Ballin'. He said, "How you know all that?" He must be talking to somebody else. I don't know. He said, "You need to do your research." Who are you talking about? Let me see. He said, "F all." I'm going back to his comments. He probably talking about somebody in the comment section. He said, "Low key, Jim been on." Yeah, Jim got a lot of songs, so I can't. Yeah. So, like I said, that situation, I think it's just a situation where it is what it is. When people, I think when people try to, and when they try to get back, I said it was gonna work. When they said, "Yo," they when they went to battle, and Jadakiss and them beat them. And they like, well, after this, we're gonna go on tour. We're gonna get back to the money. We don't have to be best of friends. I said it's not gonna work. It came and went, and now Cameron got the podcast. It don't work like that. When you friends with somebody, it's hard. You know what I mean? Them going back to a label like somebody Leo Cole beefing, and then you get back. Y'all wasn't that cool. It was more y'all started off with business. You know what I'm saying? Steve Stout, let's say I'm just throwing the name out there. Steve Stout and Jim Jones, that's like y'all starting off business. You start off as friends, and like he said, Jim said we used to be in a house, and that was their dream, and they used to talk about this, talk about that. It's hard. You're right. And see, the difference is, and the only difference with that is, it just happened to work in a different lane. He said, and he said the issue is Mason Cam came back, and Jim and Mace. Yeah. See, the difference is they went in a different lane. I don't think Cam and Mace could come back musically. Elder, what up, Elder? I don't think Cam and Mace could come back musically. It happened to be a different lane, and it just happened to work. It's a different lane, and it happened to work. And the only reason they cool is money driven, but they can easily get into a fallout again, because they only cool because they felt they need each other to make money. That's the only reason they cool like that. That's the difference with that. Because Cam wouldn't be all lovey-dovey with Mace, and Mace wouldn't be all lovey-dovey with Cam if they felt they couldn't make money together. The reason why they lovey-dovey each other because they able, something hit. That show, Cameron created that show, but it wouldn't have went the way it went when Mace on it. People was happy to see them together, and then it was something different, and it just happened to pop. Musically, I don't think, if they'd have came back musically, it wouldn't have worked. It was something different, and they gained a new, and they got a new audience, and it was just different. Yeah, they both ain't doing the music. They may just drop a freestyle here and there, but they not really doing the music. And look what, and that's definitely true. Look what Most said, and this is true. Most said, I always saw Dipset as childish, selfish dudes. Never liked their music. He never liked their music. He always saw, and I ain't gonna lie, and that's the issue I had. Look what Most said is very powerful. He said he always, real men, and they feel like that. It always was childish, and it's true. They was very, very childish the way they did things. They didn't come off as real guys. Like Nobody looked at them like, yo, there's some real niggas there. Like you listen to guys like Little Baby talk on interviews and Dub Baby, you be like, nah, he's some real. You feel them. It's always some childish, no homo. Oh, pause, no homo. Like they still do it to this day. To this day, you got Dame Dash and Cameron and Mace do it to this day. And Dame Dash in his 50s and Cam and Mace in their late 40s. And there's still no homo and laugh at the childish way to doing things. 50 Cent is he clout, but it's not childish the way 50, like it's a difference. 50 Cent do his shit more of at a trolling aspect, but it's not childish. Like you see what I'm saying? And that's the thing with that. Like it's no limit, no bar. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. And it and it's sad. Reason why I feel away a little bit because a lot of people think when they always go by rappers, right? Rappers is like the gold standard of how people is in that city. So when you think of a rapper from Atlanta, when you look at like the TIs, like I'm saying like the older guys, like the TIs and stuff like that, you think of them, okay, Atlanta. So you have a TI dress, have a TI, and let's say TI and Ludacris and 2 Chainz or Future, whatever, right? You think that's Atlanta guys. You see a guy like T.I. and a guy like Future, okay, the Atlanta guys with dreads, okay, they act like this, oh, they always want to drink syrup, they this. So you put your mind at those 2 guys at the gold standard of Atlanta guys. Then you go to like LA. You see a guy like Snoop Dogg. You think, okay, all like LA guys, they smoke weed and they act like this, or you know what I mean? Now you put Snoop and maybe The Game or Dr. Dre, whoever, you put them as LA guys. Like that's how LA guys, and you think of them as the majority. You see a Chicago guy, Chief Keef, Dirk and them, you think all them dudes there, they got a bunch of guys, they killing shit like crazy. You think of Chicago, oh, they killing shit. Oh, them little niggas there, boy. You go Chicago, this, that, and the third. You think you can't even go outside, somebody that's going to shoot you in Chicago. People on the outside looking in. Oh, Chicago's so wild, you can't, they don't even hang on the blocks. You think, oh, I can't walk on a thing or go to a gas station. It's that dangerous out there. But it don't be that. Like, it's a beautiful place. Like, you just think like that when you see the rapper and you hear certain things. So you think Harlem, you think, okay, they from Harlem, so this is how Harlem dudes is. And that's not the case. I always said, you know what I mean, it's not a shot at them, but they never represent Harlem right. They always had their own style and own way of doing things. They always, every time I talk to them, they be like, Doc, I talk to somebody New Year's Eve, they call me and like, yo, I'm calling you for, we had a conversation, we talk about basketball, talk about different things, talk about reminiscing, right? My homeboy is from Baltimore, right? He called to tell me Happy New Year's. Yo, Happy New Year's, Doc, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. We talking, just talk about this, regular, just kicking, talk about shit when we was locked up and stuff like that, right? And he was like, yo, this, that, and he called us, he said some stupid shit. I think he said pause. He was saying something that the beef, he said, we talking about, because he said when he come to New York, he like to go down to Cats and get, he said they have a lot of, that shit have a lot of meat they put on the shit in Cats. He said pause. And he not even from New York. He said pause, my bad. I'm like, huh? But then he's like, nah, because I know how, he said it because he thought I was going to say it. So he's like, damn, pause. Like, I'm like, Paul, why you say that? Like, come on, man, I ain't with that, da-da-da-da. He said, yeah, I'm thinking you Harlem, y'all be on that shit and shit like that. But I said, not me. I said, that's not true. That's not true. A lot of guys in Harlem, you talk to them, they don't do that pause or no homo. Nobody do that. And even the way they dress, even when they walk around with bandanas, like in the early 2000s, even though I was in jail, but nobody, I look at pictures and a lot of people tell me, uh, nobody wore that. The people's like, nobody dressed like that. And I was seeing like pictures and things, people sending me pictures. And I was even seeing magazines, sometimes with guys from Harlem in magazines. And nobody walked around with bandanas and shit like that. Like they start having it stylish, putting it, crooking it on their head and things like that. The real big clothes and things like that. Nobody never really did that. Like I said, it's not a knock on them, but a lot of people think that. They think like, oh, like, you know, that's how y'all niggas, y'all dress, that's Harlem right there. But that's not true. And that's how y'all talk. Yo, this, that, and the third. Everybody, like, because they see Dame Dash, everything else about Harlem. Every time you hit Dame Dash, Harlem. He say Harlem all day. So now, yeah, we real Harlem niggas don't do this. Harlem niggas, Dame Dash talk that all day. But if you come out here and you talking to dudes, nobody don't talk like that. Nobody don't be like, pause, nobody don't even talk like that. Even guys, I'm not just saying guys my age, even guys younger than me. I talk to younger dudes, nobody don't talk like that. They don't. They always had, one thing I could say, they always had their own style. That's their own style. I give them that. The way how they came out was their own style. It wasn't Harlem. They just keep saying Harlem, but they had their own style. When they was wearing them big clothes and the long chains on their neck and like the real big earrings and the big hats, like stuff like that. The way they just dressed in the early 2000s, they had their own thing. So that's one thing I could say. They definitely had their own style. But a lot of people from the outside, from other states, think Harlem dudes dress like that, and it's not true. I see guys all the time post pictures. Like I said, I was away, especially at early 2000s and things like that. And even guys I see, they be throwback pictures, be 01 and 02 and different things like that. I see pictures. Nobody dressed like that. And you 100%, look what Most said. He said they always was emulating the South with a touch of New York. I agree. I 100% agree. When they had the jerseys and stuff like that, that was more that was more of a down south thing. They definitely, if you look at them and you look at like Little Boosie and them, and the people down south wore them like them big baggy clothes and like jerseys and stuff, like the franchise boys and stuff. They definitely was more on that wave. You 100% right about that, most. You 100% right that. But the only difference, they sound and they scream New York and Harlem. So, but they definitely had more like you. I agree. You 100% right about that. I saw Jimmy was wear his head out, like his hair hanging down like a perm and things. They definitely had more of another, it wasn't no New York type of flow. I mean, type of style. And people don't understand that. And people know it, but people don't speak on it like I would speak on it, because I just like to be real with everybody. This is not a knock against nobody, but I just like to be real, and that's just what it is. He said everybody going down because of Diddy and gatekeepers. Look what OG 83 said. OG 83 said, Reem, I graduated in 2001. Everybody in the Midwest was rocking tall tees and jerseys. Exactly. You see when Jay-Z said, throw away the jerseys and put a button up when he said change clothes? Jay-Z said change clothes when he said, "Yo, put up the jerseys," because people was wearing like the jersey thing was had the little short little run to it. The Tortillas definitely came from the South. You're right, the internet. You're right, but yeah, that's my take on that. Like, I really don't have no horse in that race, and I think that they both got their own thing, and I just think they. I just think people be crazy when they be like, "Yo, y'all just need to stop it, man. Get back together." They got their own feelings. They feel how they feel. And I think, like when Cam said with the 50 Cent joint, he said, "I knew it was over when I seen that." So that's why I think they should have just left it at that. Me personally, I think that if they would have just left it at that instead of trying to chase, see, the thing is, they tried to chase money and it backfired on them. Because, like Cam said, I knew it was over once he did that. I think that battle, the last you seen him, it was like embarrassment. It was embarrassment. It was embarrassment. I think that they should just left it at that. If they just left it alone and didn't do that rap battle with if they would have did that rap battle with if they would have did the rap battle with the Locks, I think they'd be in much better shape now. Cause it kind of hurt them because they went out bad. Like the Locks really put work on them. Like it was bad. They like, yo, Harlem dudes went out bad. It just went bad. That's why sometimes if they just left it at that, I think they'd have been cool. He said like CL Smooth and Pete. See, I don't know their issue. See, I don't know their issue. I just know they said some stuff. There's some stuff. It is hard to get back from some stuff. It is. It is some stuff. Some stuff really hard to come back from. But I don't know the issue. But I think that issue with Cameron and them, I think is. And then when Cameron did that, when Jim was emotional, when Cam had the Pepsi can, and he was saying how, and man, DC called. I think that was bad. I think that was bad right there. But that was a real bad look for them. The Lakers game, I think they're gonna get postponed. Definitely gonna get postponed. The fire's still going on. The Lakers not gonna play today. And prayers to the people all out in Los Angeles, man. Prayers to them. That's I feel for them people, man. Lord knows I feel for them people. That's tough. That is so tough. I definitely feel for them people. want to thank everybody pulling up. Go to the Beat 139, y'all. Go to the Beat 139. It was a great interview last night. New York Chuck talked about knocking out Jay-Z at the club. He talked about knocking out Jay-Z at the club. He breaks down the whole story. He breaks down the whole story with him and Jay-Z when he knocked out Jay-Z at the club. Go to the Beat 139. Do y'all want to hear it? Where he talked about knocking out Jay-Z. Go to the Beat 139. He said, remember, Cam put Jim on. Nah, I don't say he put him on. They came and they was together. I don't think see, that's what I think the misconception people had. They came in together. They was already friends. Like he said, he going to the studio. If you cool with somebody and y'all go in the studio and y'all talk about, oh, when we do this and do that, I'ma play this part. He didn't put him in the game. You put somebody on after you on, and then you put somebody on. Like he said, he was together with him, and I know, they was together and rap. But the thing was, he was gonna be his hype man. So that's just like Busta Rhymes saying he put Spliff Star. No, Busta Rhymes could say that because Busta Rhymes was with a group at first. So maybe Busta Rhymes could say that. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Peace.